Hello everyone, if you haven't guessed by now, this is not the typical vlog that I post. Depression and anxiety have been loitering in my neighborhood for quite a while now, but I've gotten it to a point where they basically are forced to stay outside the gates so I can see them. I know they're there, but they're not allowed in, but every once in a while they break in. And they've really been doing some damage lately, so it's time for them to leave. And so this video is a how to get rid of the depression and anxiety demons that live in my brain. Basically just made the decision to fill my weekend with the stuff that makes me happy and feel calm. I have never been good at meditating, but I have my own form of meditation, and that's basically what this vlog is going to be full of. At the end of my self-prescribed weekend of intense therapy and meditation, I know I'm going to be feeling 100% amazing. So stay tuned to see if the lie that I just told myself comes true or not. So the painting of the clam, let's talk about it. That is a painting that I did because I went to the beach with Flynn recently. There was this clam at the tide pools that we found. It was a live, full clam shell with a living clam inside of it. And Flynn was very excited because he'd never found one of those before. He put it in his little bucket of seawater and kind of carried it around for a couple minutes, admired it, talked to it. And then he looked at me and he said, "Mommy, I want to put this back in the water because I want it to be safe and happy." And he ran that little clam back to the ocean and put it back right where he found it in the tide pools. And then we started walking back to the car. Our car was probably over a mile away from where the tide pools were. The sun is setting. We're getting close to our car. And Flynn's like, "Oh my gosh, Mommy, did you get a picture of that clam?" And I was like, "No, I didn't know you wanted me to get a picture of the clam." And he was so heartbroken because he wanted to remember it forever because it was so special to him. So after he went to bed, I painted the clam. I knew I wanted to watercolor this weekend. That's something I used to do all the time. I thought this was the perfect thing to paint because he was so sad he didn't have a picture or a video of the clam, and so now he does. He was really, really excited when I gave it to him, and he's very excited to now have a picture of his friend clam in the ocean, happy with the beautiful, colorful coral. Let's move on with the rest of the weekend, shall we? Now, I know I usually do Tortilla Talk Tuesdays on Tuesdays, and today you're getting this very bizarre mental health DIY how to get rid of depression and anxiety, but that doesn't mean I don't want to do a Tortilla Talk Tuesday, but I'll just do it a different day this week, so make sure to leave questions below for me to answer later this week. All right, now that that's all said and done, let's move on with the tutorial. Part 3. 2? 3. I don't know what part we're on. Regardless, you're never going to guess what it is. It's going to shock you that this would be part of my mental health happiness weekend. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going through all the rocks and seeing if any of them are perfectly smooth, then they get to go into this bowl and they go to the next stage. And if they're still rough or have cracks in them or I want them to be a little bit more smooth, I put them over here because these tumblers are going back in stage 1 and this one is moving on to stage 2 and then will soon be polished. Whoa. What the heck? Is this a geode? Oh my god. A part of this rock shattered and it looks a little bit like it could be a geode. I might have to break this open. So here's the rock that I was freaking out over earlier that I said I thought might be a geode, and so I did smash this open, and there are some crystals inside. It's kind of geode-like, but mostly there's just cool designs and stripes inside. I thought this was a pretty cool rock. I'm a little sad that I just smashed it, and now it's just a smashed pretty rock, but I'm happy nonetheless. Flynn didn't take home that clam, but he did take home this crusty shell. And so I decided to try to clean it myself. I put it in some vinegar and water and then scrubbed it with a wire brush forever. I literally did this for so long. But I would put it in the water vinegar mixture for 20 minutes and then I would take it out and scrub it and then put it back in for 20 minutes and so on and so forth until I liked it. A few spots that are being really stubborn. So far it seems to be working. I'm just wondering how to make it shiny when I'm all done. I'm thinking maybe I'll put some mineral oil on it or something. It took 2 days, but I got everything off of this shell. It took so long. Stopped editing to try to let my shoulder heal. Scrubbing at this for 2 days, I don't think did me any favors, but it's all clear of the brown crusties. And now I'm gonna take some mineral oil and rub it all over the shell and hope that it makes it sparkly shiny again. I'm using the worst thing in the world to do this, which is a microfiber cloth. If there is a hell, it's a place where they force me to touch this all day long. Okay, now this stuff will stain everything, so you have to be really careful with it. So of course I'm doing it over my carpet and without any protection or anything, but I'm just going to rub this off. Oh, hold on, you gotta see this. It makes such a huge difference, oh my God. Here's the finished product. It turned out pretty good. I feel like I could have done a lot better. There's more I could have scrubbed off, but I was so sick of it. I did 2 actually. So this is the other one that I did. This one got a lot cleaner because this one I had actually bleached a couple months ago. I soaked this in bleach and it turned like this pink color and it looked all chalky and nasty and I just kind of forgot about it. But then when I was scrubbing this one in the vinegar water, I was like, I'm gonna try scrubbing this one too. So I actually did both at the same time. But I think that if I had bleached this one or worked more with the vinegar water, I could have gotten like, see how this is kind of still brown and there's like brown underneath in there. I feel like that all would have gone away because that's not on this one. So I feel like I could have done a better job, but I was over it, girl. I was ready to be done. But I do feel like they look pretty good considering those were once covered in like brown muck. These are kind of pretty. Like, are you serious? At the pier, we're gonna try to do some hoop net fishing once again. And it's a beautiful day, or evening, I guess. It's a sun setting right now. The second I open the car door, my bangs curled. That's what this beach humidity does to my, you cannot tell how beautiful it is in the camera, but it's literally so pretty. Look at this. Well, you know, we've been here for about 2 minutes, so I think it might take a little bit longer. All right, guys, I made something. I made a little invention. Ropes are always getting tangled and it's really hard to detangle them, and I've been wanting to make one of these for a long time, so I did it today. This is a large boba plastic straw, and I just took some poster board and wrapped it in duct tape and then glued it, like cut a hole in the middle and hot glued it to the straw. Now our rope's not gonna get tangled, so I am a genius. Hopefully this lasts longer than today. We'll see. We're hooking up the camera to see if we can see anything under the water. All right, now you can throw it in if you want to, Flynn. Woo! Down she blows.
Yeah. Is there anything?
A fish! What is that? Oh, there it is again.
There it is again. And there it is again.
There's a fish. There's a bunch. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of fish.
There's a bunch of fish.
Whoa!
Oh my God. How did we?
What'd you catch?
We?
Oh my.
How did we even do that with the fishing rod? Wow!
Wow, that's a beautiful crabby.
Wait, I said what the flip, and then this was flipped, and I said what the flip.
Crab above the trap.
Another crab. How did? Oh, that
it's
looks like
cutie.
that's a cute one.
The seagull wants your bait. That's
Can I
for
try
sure.
holding him?
Let me see him.
They'll be friends.
That's a cutie.
Holy
Oh, what?
Mom!
What?
Look at it! Look at the trap! Literally, look at the trap.
Look at it. What
How
is
did we out it? There's so much.
A decorator.
Oh, a decorator! Oh, the fish!
Oh,
2 fish!
3 fish.
3 fish!
Get him in water. Hurry, get him in
Whoa,
water.
whoa, 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 whoa! These look like good bait fish. Please don't use them as bait, though.
Okay.
Woo! How are we gonna get all of these inside? I'm grabbing decorator. I'm grabbing decorator.
Decorator crab.
Wow, that's a quick SEM.
Watch out! Oh!
Dude, oh, he's going for
Whoa!
it. He's trying to get Jess.
Oh my god!
What the? Oh my
I see a swimming
gosh.
crab right there.
And a fish.
Woo!
13 crabs in there, Flynn.
Oh my god! How are we gonna get all of these crabs? Ha! We did a success.